like the Cavs, we gotta let them know. They got it with a ship for bees head. They got it with a ship for bees head. They like the Cavs, we gotta let them know. Cavs, we on. Peacock, we on. The Antoine's broadcast.
What up? What's going on? Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday. Welcome to this episode of the Antoine Spivey Podcast Show. It's your boy Spivey in the building along with Peacock. What's cracking, homie?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in on the Diva Spivey Media Network. Also, those that's tuning in on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content like you're about to receive tonight. Hey, we got a lot. I ain't gonna say a lot. We got to talk about. We got in particular subject that my man Peacock right here brought to the table. Something very interesting about our young athletes coming up and ways we can protect them from getting themselves into situations where they're messing up their career. Also, we got a quick couple of takes we gonna get into. Excuse me, real quick. We're gonna start off with the Cavs. Going against the Knicks tonight, big game for the Cavs. 4 games ahead of the Celtics. We had a conversation on whether the Cavs can hold on to their number 1 seed. They got the toughest schedule out of the 2. What you expecting from tonight's game? Expecting the Cavs victory?
Yeah, it's the only. I mean, if we want to hold on to that, because we got to see them again after we play them tonight.
Yeah, we got one more time against them.
So I think we got to take care of business tonight. Kind of set the tone going forward. What us needing these next? We got to win like 5 more.
5 or 6, yeah.
Us needing them 5 more. This kind of set the tone a little bit because we got them twice, and then who else?
What up, Blaze?
We got the Pacers twice, don't we?
We got the Pacers twice, the Knicks twice. I forget. I gotta look at the schedule, but we got a tough schedule to end the season.
And then we got the Spurs, I believe it was. Well, I can't think of the last team is, but yeah, we gotta take care of business tonight and kind of set the tone, little, but I guess ending out the season the right way on a good foot, going into the playoffs, because we gonna possibly see another one of them teams. And then they were saying as far as how the standings are set now, it's possibly that we may see Detroit. And they said, look at that. How would that be us going against Detroit?
If it stay the way it is right now, Detroit is the 5th seed. They're the 5th seed right now. They're the past the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. So if we get past the first round and Detroit get past the first round, we'll be seeing them.
Previous coach versus new coach.
Hey, we need y'all to upset Boston tonight. We need that. So yeah, I'm rooting for y'all. See, Blaze?
Hey. This y'all playoff game.
Right, this y'all playoff game. We can be on the same page sometimes. We good. But yeah, it's a big game for the Cavs tonight. Again, 4 games ahead of Boston. Going into the night, we're trying to keep that lead, maintain that lead, get this number 1 seed. I feel like we need the number 1 seed, especially if it's look at how everybody in the sports world is looking at it. The Cavs meeting up with the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to need that home court advantage. Not taking nothing away from the Celtics. They got a great team, defending champions. But we got to, like you said, we got to set a tone starting tonight, to end the season against the Knicks. So, big game for the Cavs. Let's go. Rocket Mortgage, Field House. Let's get it cracking. Hold on. Man, Kale's connection. Man, we gotta get your connection together, bruh.
Everything cool?
No, everything ain't cool. We gotta get your stuff. We gotta get your stuff situated. Peacock, the floor is yours, my man.
I got an honest.
You brought this to the table. I'm gonna let you start off this conversation. Protecting our young athletes. today in sports, whether they're male, female, what is ways that we can protect them, and how should they be protected? Peacock, this is your subject. The floor is yours. Take us.
That is good to have when you got people, because I guess it came up when we were talking about the Jaden Daniels and Juju Watkins situation. I believe that's how part of it came up, or we revisited that during that scenario. You know, we talking about his mother standing between them, but I know people like it was wrong or she didn't have to do that. And well, we see it one way, but you got to look at it from both sides. With her not only being his mother, but also his agent. And he's still on his rookie deal. You know, she gonna do whatever she can to protect her son to make sure, you know, his future is secure and nobody derail that. But I know we talked about it previously, a different situation where athletes find themselves in trouble or when they don't have a good entourage around it, they find themselves getting into stuff and then derailing their careers potentially. And it's gonna happen to several of them. Some that made it to the league and some that never made it at all because of different things they did. And you know, I was just looking at certain things, ways we can protect them, ways where you see some of them have mentors, like they show like one time where I said Ray Lewis was talking to some of the new players getting ready to go to the draft. He was telling them how when he came out, he had nobody to really give him the game. He had the experience to learn a lot of the stuff on his own. He went through a lot of stuff, even when he potentially almost caught that murder case. He was like, it was just so much going on that the athletes don't see until they hit with it, until they facing it. And he said he wished he had somebody to show him the ins and outs before he got started. And that's what he was trying to do for some of the ones that's coming up. And I think that's big because you look at some of the ones who didn't experience different things or went through stuff, even athletes that's made it, but then still find themselves messing up because of the people they dealing with and the bad decisions they make.
Kills, you want to add to something that real quick?
If everything cool, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel as though that what happened with that situation is showing him that I understand the protection of the mother, and I get it. But also, it was just like he was just having a conversation, or like he was going out for a date, or he was about to try to make him his girl. He was just talking. So you telling me I can't talk to a girl, and I'm 24, and she in college, she doing stuff. This is not a random girl. This is a girl who, hell, making more money than you right now, just in NIL money. So I ain't talking about Janet. I'm talking about her mom. It's not like he talking to a random girl, because it was a story out there that this one girl had pictures on him like, oh, you gonna be my baby mama, daddy, and all that. I understand, but with that said, he's never gonna grow up to know what type of woman, because his mom was always gonna be interfering in what type of woman he gonna go deal with. So until she let the lease off him, because if I'm 24, she ain't gonna always be there to say I'm gonna be chopping up with girls all the time. She ain't gonna always be there, and I can chop it up with a girl, and it can be the wrong girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So overprotective parents sometimes can be a detriment to you not learning the ropes of life. So you can protect your son or your daughter, but you have also let them have. You also gotta let them live a little bit, just a little bit.
Right.
You know.
No, I get that.
So and then you could tell he was embarrassed about it. You know, Mom, I'm just talking to her. I'm not trying to date her. I mean, can I just talk to her?
Right. But
and then it was like a parent, like a real parent. She was like a real parent sitting between them. Did you pay attention there? So I mean, that's embarrassing. You're embarrassing your kid in the NFL.
I'm not gonna say like embarrassing, but it's a variety of ways to where these young athletes coming up can be protected. We're gonna try to touch on as many as possible.
Right.
And what you're saying right now, Kels, falls into the family side of it, if you want to say that, because that's his mom's. I I don't think she more or less doing what you saying per se. I just think it's more or less. I mean, Jaden Daniels is still young. We know that. This was his first year in the league. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's that, and I get as a parent, she trying to keep him focused. She trying to keep him, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the
Focus
route
on
we
what?
going right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You also
you
look at what he got coming to.
what you got, what your future is looking like. Not saying that she's probably looking at Juju Watkins like, oh, you a bad seed for my son, or I don't think you good enough for my son, whatever it may be. Maybe it could be that she's just trying to keep him focused.
I think that's more what it was.
Yeah, and like, no, this ain't what we about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you looking like that?
I don't, because I don't understand. He at a college game. He talking the NFL season hasn't even started. OTAs ain't even started. So
maybe she ain't looking at. Maybe in that situation, she's not looking at it just in the moment type shit. You know
I think that's that.
You talking about just a moment type. Go ahead, Peacock. What you say?
I'm saying, don't forget that's not only she doing double duty. She's his mother and his NFL agent. So when we talked last time, I mentioned she trying to make sure he stay focused, probably to secure his future. You said his future is already secure. I said no, it's not. He's still on his rookie deal. So her thing is you need to stay focused. He what?
He made it to the NFL. That was the goal, right?
No, the goal is not only to make it to the NFL, but you got to sustain your career in the NFL. That's the goal. Your goal is not just to make it. You don't stop there just because you made it.
So by him going to a college game, talking to one of the best basketball players in women's college, he's not focused.
That don't mean that's the way his mother looking at it. I'm not saying he's not focused. But you got to understand it. He still ain't made it yet. He's there in the NFL, but he still got a lot of work to do. He still got a lot of football ahead of him. It's still things that he's trying to accomplish. It ain't about. I don't think she's coming from that OTA point. She's probably not even looking at it like that.
So okay, tell me how she's looking for it, because I don't see problem.
She may be like, this not about to be your. She's not about to be real. You need to stay focused. You're not here for that. You're not about to be her meal ticket. That's the way the mother could be looking at it. I'm just saying that's the way she could be looking at it as a parent. Go ahead.
And he could have been looking at it. I'm just talking to a young lady right now. I'm not even on girls right now. I know my focus. She raised him right, so he already know what the focus is about.
Maybe she making sure he don't lose sight of that. That's that overprotective mother / agent. Remember, she's still his agent. You can't forget that either. Okay, the mother's already gonna be overprotective.
I don't see no other agent.
I don't
see no other agents come in between another person and talking to another girl.
She ain't the first. That ain't the first time that's happened. Look at during some of the times during the NFL draft when players getting drafted, and I forget what was the one player name where the mother kind of pushed the girlfriend aside. And that happened. That was live during the draft. And the mother kind of, no, you stay over here. Like, had to tell her, no, this ain't it.
See, it's very important that, as y'all saying, as far as this situation, that you keep positive people in your corner, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're just starting, you're a young athlete, whether it's, I don't care, it ain't even just about going to the pros. This is just about staying focused throughout your whole sports career, meaning junior high school, college, pros. You gotta stay focused, you know what I'm saying, and keep it the right people surrounding you, you know what I'm saying, that'll let you know, don't do that.
And sometimes you could be at a place where you normally be at, hanging out, and you could just find yourself in the wrong place at the right time. Or, when you a certain caliber of player, you can be an easy target. For instance, look at AI. They tried to sentence him. He was sentenced to almost 15 years. And when you show the video and you look up the case and everything, one of his friends, he was approaching, going there, he was getting ready to go buy something to eat from the bar. They was at the bowling alley. I don't know if you remember, they was at the bowling alley. And then he was
When
approached.
he was in high school.
He was in high school, right? And he was approached,
When he
and then
was
a
in high
brawl
school.
started. And he was hit with a chair. And before he can either swing back at the dude or take any type of action, one of his friends pulled him away. But the brawl continued. But he was pulled out of it. Now, even with that being said, you know, he was removed from it, but they had him as the main culprit. And then a female said that she got hit, that AI punched her, and that he hit somebody with a chair. But on video, he's not even in the scene. He was pulled away already.
I mean, that's the price you pay sometimes.
Right.
You are
To be
a
a
well-known name athlete. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? You could be at a place, and the situation may pop off, and you can jet out of there like you just said. But the fact that you was there, and maybe some of the people that was involved in the altercation was with you, your name is going to get brought up. So that's where, you know what I'm saying. Again, I'm not saying, this just goes for life in general. I'm not saying you're not entitled to live your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, enjoy life. You know, enjoy your fruits, the fruits of your labor, or just enjoy whatever it is you enjoy. But you still gotta have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? That's what comes to having that good support and cash. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was a place that, you know, tends to get a little rowdy that AI have been to before. You know what I'm saying? So situations like that, kind of like, you know, we talk about movies, we talk about entertainment stuff on the show as well. Kind of like on the Bobby Brown story, where, you know, as a kid, it was certain areas in Boston that he was involved in that got him into a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? They got him about that trouble. You know what I'm saying? Join the group, or even when he was doing his solo thing, and they tried to keep him away from that. And then the minute he go back, you know what I'm saying, that he been doing good, he been doing cool. The minute he goes back, you know what I'm saying, is a part of the movie to where him and I believe his brother-in-law is out, you know what I'm saying, just having drinks at the bar. But a guy that he fell out with as a youngster was there. And to make a long story short, they ended up shooting at him when they left. The brother-in-law get killed, but the parents blamed Bobby. And the first thing they said was, you shouldn't have never have been there anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes to having the right people around you. Maybe an AI situation, you know, nah, man, it ain't best that we go there. You know what that place is all about. We don't know we gonna stay away from there.
But,
you know what I'm saying? That's part of protecting, you know what I'm saying, and keeping you focused in certain situations.
Where I say with the AI situation, that friend that pulled him away and got him away from that fight, to me, that was a good friend, because he took him away from the fight.
Right, exactly.
To show you how vindictive it is for, you know, sometimes the system and what they try to do to him, they still charged him with it. Still tried to give him 15 years. But the crazy part is they waited for him to turn 18 before they prosecuted him, because they wanted to charge him as an adult. And that's what they did. And that's how he got the 15 years. They wanted to make an example out of him. And then he ended up, of course, he got sentenced to the 15 years. They suspended 10. And then, you know, he can get out on good behavior at about like after 8 months, because he only had to serve the remainder of the 5, but he ended up getting pardoned and only spent 4 months in there. And the governor pardoned him. And you look at it, the Georgetown, I think it was one of the coaches came out, reached out to him, came to visit him. You know, quite a few people came to visit him. And I said, like, after he got pardoned, he went back to high school, finished his career, and then look at the rest is kind of history. And you look at that kind of changed the way things went. Because you look at, just imagine if he wouldn't got pardoned, or if they would have had some concrete evidence against him, or his friend hadn't pulled him away, we'd never be talking about him as one of the greatest of all time. And like I said, that comes with having decent people around you. And then you look at after he got out, what he did when he got out, how he started helping out the community, all the stuff he involved in. And then again, when you look at some of his contract, like his Reebok contract, when you look at how much he made, I think it'll look like 150 million over his just basketball money. And you look at his Reebok career, he got a lifetime contract with Reebok where he get 800,000 plus per year. But then when he in 2030, when he turned 55, he get a $32 million payout that somebody suggested that he put in a trust fund to help out extend his finances. I'm like, that's part of having decent people in your corner. That's here you are, you're gonna be 55. When you turn 55 in about 5 years, you're gonna get a $32 million payout.
Especially when people know you are about something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You bound to make it to do something. So they're not gonna let you fuck it up no way, shape, or form. And that brings me to a person that, you know what I'm saying, is no longer here with us. Aaron Hernandez. That takes me to him. You know what I'm saying? That's a situation where all the talent in the world, but not having, or we not knowing or not seeing, however you want to put it, of him having the right people around him to the point he messes up his career up the way he did to now to the point he's no longer living. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, What'd you say?
No, I was agreeing with you. I was looking at how he turned to the streets. He lost his biggest motivator and his father before he made it to college. And you know, the situation with his mother, what she was doing, you know, cheating on her father, being an alcoholic, she was involved. A lot of that affected him along with his untreated mental health issues. So he didn't know he needed help. He didn't know he probably needed to go to the doctor, get evaluated. He had nobody advocating for him or pushing him to go get that done. All they knew is that he had a behavioral problem. That's all they knew. But nobody kind of took time to figure out and say, how can we help him or what can we do? Help he need.
Yeah.
And what did he do? Turn to the streets, went back to where he was hanging out. You see, he ended up getting drafted and start kicking it in his hometown. Ended up with some of the people that, you know, probably didn't want to hurt him, but they ain't had nothing to lose. He had everything to lose on his end, though.
Right.
And he lost everything. Ended up killing somebody, attempted to kill another person, and derailed his whole career to the point where he did time and then took his own life.
Yeah.
My question is, the killing part. My question is, when he murdered somebody, was that a choice or was that his background?
That's part of, look, you got to think untreated mental health, all the trauma he done been through, the trauma that he faced, and the untreated trauma plus the untreated mental health. He looked like
said, was that a choice or was that due to his background? Elaborate on that. What you mean? Was that a choice?
What I mean by a choice, you know, for right from wrong, you know what you was doing. You knew you was about to murder somebody, which is the consequences of what you are doing. I understand your background, and by that time, he was in the NFL. He could have got help from the NFL. You know what he did. I don't think it was from his mental health. I just think he just wanted to do that because that's a choice to murder. Take somebody.
I think that's a combination of stuff.
It's a combination of,
all that trauma when you messed up mentally, all that affects your thinking, your logical thinking. A lot of that shit go out the door.
Yeah.
Look at, I mean, you got other athletes.
So my thing is still a choice. To me, I think sometimes as human, we use mental illness to sometimes make our choices feel like because I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, some people are really mentally ill out there.
Like,
I don't condone it at all.
When you murder somebody,
mental illness is real. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what a person is going through, or what kind of state of mind they in when you going through something like that. You don't know, so you make asinine ass decisions. You know what I'm saying? You do shit that you don't even know you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, it's like it's a combination of both. It ain't, you know what's right or wrong, and you made a choice to do that. Sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of whatever illness that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like blacking out. You know what I'm saying? That's a mental health condition. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, trigger. I mean, like, anything can trigger a person that have a mental health situation. And as Peacock was saying, the Aaron Hernandez situation, maybe the things that he was going through and not having the right people to protect him and protect him from whatever was going on within his family caused him to make the the unexplainable decisions that he did.
And then
Kind of like when they say a daughter, or if you see, I don't know if I'm hoping I'm saying this wrong, but when they say things like if a girl constantly, hopping from man to man or got different men, that come from not really having a father figure in their life, so they trying to find that man or grasp that man to replace that. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but kind of like that. So I think it's a combination of both to answer your question.
And don't think for a second none of that stuff didn't affect. Remember, he's not dealing with all this as an adult. A lot of this started as a teenager. Remember, he was sexually assaulted as well. So all that I think played the factor. That's early childhood trauma, untreated childhood trauma, and it was still untreated as an adult.
And I understand that, and I get that, and sometimes, you go through things and it get untreated and stuff like that. But about the situation with Hernandez, where he killed that man, he was going out and telling that he was on the down low. He didn't want that to come out, that he was on the down low. So when he went over there,
the one that
when he went over there. So when he went over there, he was in his right mind. That's all I'm saying. Maybe all that came into nobody. He didn't want nobody to know that he was on the down low.
He killed his sister's boyfriend. Which one? The sister's fiance?
Right, because he was going to tell him that he was down on the down low.
He was telling a lot of stuff, and that's what he thought. He thought that he was going to tell on him. In his mind, he not thinking loud. He thinking, "Oh, I got to get rid of this dude because he know too much. I got to get rid of him." He not thinking loud. He wasn't listening to nothing the dude saying. The dude didn't even really have no information. He wasn't trying to hurt him, but at the same time, that's all he thought was everybody out to get him. He in that mindset, everybody is his enemy. And again, when you got people that don't help you deal with your mental health, or nobody that's telling you need to seek help, all that shit just keep adding up. All that shit just keep compiling to where you have no control. And I think he just lost all control of his life altogether. Now, again, him making a decision that him killing somebody, I don't condone none of that. But I'm just saying he was messed up or affected from his early childhood.
Yeah, I'm not going. I don't know. It's just crazy because I just feel like, again, you got. I mean, I understand what Kel, as far as like the relationship side of it. I understand where he's coming from that. But again, you got to understand too, like a lot of these females, males, they could be in it for the wrong situation, and now you caught up. You know what I'm saying? And as a young athlete, you don't want that on your mind. You got this far for reasons only, and that's as a kid coming up, dreaming of winning championships in whatever respective sport that you like to play. And to have that cut short by making wrong decisions or getting caught up with the wrong people or the wrong relationship type things, you know what I'm saying? You need that supporting cast around you that's gonna show you and teach you better and keep you on that path.
Another good one that stood out to me was the Brandon Marshall situation, where he was having trouble on the field, off the field, when he was with the Broncos. He was with the Broncos, and then when he went to Miami, he was still causing issues. Yeah. And then they would show the incident. He was still with Miami, but they were getting fed up with him. And then he had an incident where he just started isolating himself, and he didn't know what was going on with him. And I remember his mother telling his wife that when I was watching the documentary, mother was telling his wife that, she telling her to get away from him, just run, to just get away from him. That was her best bet. But the wife stuck by his side, and she ended up getting arrested because police thought she stabbed him or cut him on his stomach. But he told her that's not what happened. He told him that he fell. And the glass shattered. They didn't believe it, but they eventually dropped the charges because her hand, her fingerprints wasn't on the weapon or anything like that. Wasn't on anything, and there was no weapon around. And then you look at, he went to the doctor, and he wasn't trying to listen to the doctor at first, but then he talked to Ricky Williams, and Ricky Williams recommended a doctor to him. And they talked about it. He went and got help. And he realized he was diagnosed. I think he had bipolar I think, what is it, borderline bipolar? I forget what it was. Borderline personality disorder is what he had. And then these some of the people that he was in some of the groups with was suicidal. You know, they was homicidal when they was at times when it was untreated. But his wife stuck by his side and also encouraged him to get help. His mother encouraged him to get help. And he reached out to some of NFL players, and they recommended places for him. And once he started getting the treatment, that turned his whole life around. He had better relationship with his teammates, his coaches, his family. He almost lost his wife. He said if he didn't know, if he would have never got help, he said he don't think he would have been there. I mean, that shows people sticking by your side and having a good support.
So what do you think went wrong with players like Johnny Manziel? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I look at them like the Manziels, the Maurice Clarets, Josh Gordon, a lot of them players. You know, you got the wrong people around you. You got the wrong. Look at Vic. Vic lost $120 million contract for dog fighting. And one of the things.
Okay. Now,
just bad decision making, having the wrong people.
With the bad decision, far as him allowing it to go on there, because
Go ahead. No, I think him allowing it to go ahead, knowing it was going on, him letting it continue while he over there playing football, fighting dogs, burying them on your property, and then being out there. And then one of the statements that one of the court employees said, part of the prosecuting team said, due to the influence that he had on so many people because of who he was, that they had to hold him accountable and make an example out of him.
Vic even admitted though that, you know what I'm saying, he was young and dumb and should have never been in that situation, put himself in that situation.
And man, I just think
for him to fuck up his career like that, fuck up millions of dollars, he lost everything. But luckily he was able to come back and get a whole another $100 million contract though. That was crazy.
His wife could have left him. He could have lost everything. He could have lost his family.
Yeah.
And then he come back and he a whole different person.
Yeah.
He separated himself from the people he was with before. And now he a whole different person.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Eagles took a chance on him. I remember the owner speaking on it. And at first, you know, the media made it seem like everybody hated him. But he was still getting a lot of love in the area he was in.
Yeah.
When he moved to Philly and all that, a lot of them, they said when they walked into the restaurant, they gave him a standing ovation. Everybody was shaking his hand.
Yeah.
You know that, because a lot of people deserve a second chance when it comes to stupid decision or bad mistakes.
Especially one of his in his situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it was bad though. That's bad. You know, me looking at it now because I am a dog owner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but he made amends for it. He did his time. Like you said, came back a better person. Ended up getting that second $100 million contract with the Eagles, and look at him now. He doing good now. So
all over, off the field.
Off the field, he doing good on the field. But again, it's all about having the right people around you, man.
Another one that stood up. He said he made a decision to make it right for himself. He had the mental capacity to do it. He had look at Damon Stringer. That was another one. I was like, man, he was in a legend for Cleveland Heights. They retired his jersey. You know, he got in that situation where they robbed TC Sabathia. And look, he went away for
Cleveland Prime. Oh my goodness.
And what's crazy is when he said that he should have kept his ass in Columbus. He should have stayed away, never came back to Cleveland because too many people had access to him. He said there was too many influences going on around him, and it led him down that dangerous path, and that's where he ended up. But you know, he did his time. He righted his wrongs. You know, he got honored by the school where he was a star at, Cleveland Heights, of course, one of the greats. And then he helping out with the youth. He a coach. He a mentor for the youth now. So it's like if he would have had somebody
that's good. That's good. Proud of him from making it a turnaround and making a positive out of a negative. That's good, but maybe they need to think more. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, yeah,
sometimes you got to make decisions for yourself as well. You can't have
you do.
everybody like hold your hand. Now, like you said, he knew when he said he should have never came back because he had too many people had access. Then you should have stuck to that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to say no,
You do.
no. You know
You
what I'm
do.
saying? Like ask that individual instead of somebody. Hey,
Yeah, that's that having that
sometimes you
accountability for
like,
yourself.
look at yourself like no.
Yeah, having accountability for yourself. That's big.
Damon Stringer had a choice to do what he did.
You're right, and he paid for it. And but I like the fact that now that he's working with the youth and upcoming players, and trying to help to prevent the mistakes that he made. You know, when you make it or you on your way, don't go back to where you came from if you know it's not a good situation.
Right.
If you know it ain't nothing good for you, where you thinking about going to or going back to the place you came from, don't go back. I mean, you got away from that. You got away from that for a reason.
For a reason, yeah. But
And
some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people you just can't take out of them what they are. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And those are ones you can tell like who really want it and who really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, because me personally, I'm not about to fuck up nothing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Especially if I got all the talent in the world and I know it's places I can reach in certain mountains, certain skies, certain stars I can hit. I'm not fucking that up for nobody. Call it what you want to call it. Call me what you want to call me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I got a family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
to look after. So me, it ain't gonna take much. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's always good to at least have people that'll help you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stay on that right path. But a lot of it is just you learning how to sometimes just say the word no.
No.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like so
Being accountable for your own actions.
getting accountable. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like
and
no.
sometimes I think some of the ones that do go down these roads, whereas they see the fame, and then I think some of them believe or may sometimes had a mindset that they can't be touched until they get touched and it's too late.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then at the point, all them people that was around you, that was there when you was blowing up or had all the fame or you was on your way, how quickly a lot of them disappeared
Quickly.
when all that leave you, and then they ain't nowhere to be found.
No, that's facts. That's facts. So again, it's about protecting yourself as well. I just hope, especially with this generation, this up and coming generation, you know, so it's different from when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
I feel like we had a lot more respect and we cared a lot more
cared
as
a
far
lot more. So like
respect for authority, respect for the people around us. I mean, just overall, I think we was different coming up. When I see some of these younger kids or some of the stuff they say, how disrespectful they are to teachers, authority figures. I mean, some of the stuff we see now, we could have never did or would have never got away with.
yeah, and I'm just and again, this generation now, they got a lot, man, and I'm just hoping uh the evolution of these, especially, getting back on the athletes, especially with the evolution of the athletes, is just getting more athletic and better at
More
whatever
money.
sport they're playing. Look, we sit up here talking about Travis Hunter playing two ways in the NFL. That ain't been done since prime time.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And playing them at a high level.
And
But
look
that's
who
that's
coached
how
them.
these
Look who
athletes
coached
are.
them.
Athletes like them. Say it again.
I said, and look who coached them.
Prime time. You know
himself.
what I'm saying? So we look at athletes like that, like we got to protect them in every way, shape, and form. You know what I'm saying? Like it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
It's a cold world out here, man.
It is. But we could be here to help guide. But again, they got to learn how to start doing, you know what I'm saying, for themselves. Because these athletes nowadays is
A lot of times it seems like you could tell the ones that's kind of level headed or good on their own, and then some stand out a little more than others. Like at the same time, you never know what somebody going through outside of their life or what type of support system they got at home, or but at the end of the day, like you said, you still got to be accountable for your actions. Those that are who know exactly what they're doing, I definitely agree. They definitely got to be accountable, because at the end of the day, you decided to make the decision you made, and that's why you in the position you in. And yeah, there's a few out there who get caught wrong place, wrong time, but also you got the ones who, like Kale said, know what they're doing, and they make certain decisions that derail their career or prevent them from derailing from their path. Again, I remember, what was it like?
Look at which ball brother was that? D'Angelo, the one that got the little song out now.
Yeah.
Look at him. I don't know like how his career was gonna shape up, pro career, whatever. You look at Lonzo and LaMelo, you would have thought, what I'm saying, he would be also like at least in the pros with them right about now, but he took the wrong path too. And even though he said it wasn't his, I guess he said it wasn't his fault. The whole sunglass situation. You got Jameis Winston in Florida State. You know what I'm saying? Like being at the wrong place at the wrong time around the wrong people, man, can really cost you. So you just got to be smarter, man. Just got to be smarter. Think about why you getting up, or you got parents. Why you getting up at 5, 6 in the morning training, and why you got parents, breaking their backs to work to make sure they got money to send you to basketball camps and
top schools, camps, colleges.
Yeah, top schools that take their programs serious, and you want to make dumbass decisions and just blow all that. Like, you got to think about all that, man. You got to think about all the sacrifices that went into getting you where you're at and getting you to not only where you at, but put you in position to get even further things that you and your parents, or you, your friends and parents, barbershops, whatever, have been talking about you doing all these years, man. You got to think about all that, man. You got to.
Yeah, I think. And that's what I think some of it may be, because, you got a lot of kids raising kids these days, a lot of young parents, sometimes young single mothers, whereas like I remember a girl came into Children Family Services one day, and 14 and pregnant, and she on her own. I mean, mother left her there at the building. It's just like, well, damn, here she is on her own now. She turned her over to the state, and she kind of run away, do what she do, go hang with her, whoever she was hanging with, and then she come back pregnant. And it's like, at 14, she don't know what it is to be a mother. How's she gonna support that child at the age of 14? She can't get a job the way she want to. She can't, because she can't work full time. She still got to go to school. Now she got to find a way to make it, as well as be a parent to that child. And the father ain't nowhere to be found, because I know they said, I guess it was like another adult or something like that. So it's like, here she is taking advantage of at 14. Now she a single mother, but now she got to figure out how to be a mother while still being a child at the same time. And it's a messed up situation, but it's a lot of that go on. And I think all that contributes to problems that they have in the future.
I don't know, man. Like, who is that fault for that 14-year-old growing up?
Man, what you mean? Who at fault?
Sometimes, man, like I really go ahead. What you about to say, man?
I'm trying to get a better idea of what
up, Casey?
He asking. Is he saying like the 14? I don't believe the 14-year-old is at fault. She being taken advantage of. Yeah, kids can be defiant and sneak out and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, if she don't have her parents in her life, she could be affected. Like you said, how you were saying how some women, they were saying how women jump from man to man because they didn't have that father figure in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here she is, no father, no mother. Then here she got a grown ass man telling her how he love her, all that type of shit. And then she pregnant, he ain't nowhere to be found because he know he get found, he going to jail for statutory rape. So how do you?
The parents is at fault for that. Go ahead, Peacock, get it.
You know, see, it's harder when he not here. I like to get him or go at him when he actually on. See, I'm gonna give him a break because he in the comments a little bit, so he can't respond fast enough. But it can go multiple ways with that. Like I said, sometimes you can have good parents, and sometimes their kids just got severe behavioral problems. You got parents who do everything right, they work, stay on their kids, but sometimes you got some teenagers who just defiant. And
Just
part of that
defiant.
sometimes that can be the geographical area that they grow up in, that they in. That can be like the makeup of the environment. You just look at who they around, and again, the neighborhoods they're around, all the influences around. A lot of that plays a part in that. And when if you growing up in a neighborhood where all you guys, teenagers running wild, do what they want to do, they gonna think they can do the same. And sometimes it's parents who live in areas who can't control that at that time. They doing the best they can. Everybody ain't like that, Kills. I got 3 boys myself. Twan got 2 boys. We the type of parents, we gonna stay with our kids. We take care of our kids. We ain't the type to abandon our kids, but everybody ain't like that. You got people who had kids and just disregard them. You got people who don't want nothing to do with their kids. Everybody ain't like it's a sad world, but everybody ain't like that. Everybody don't need to be parents either.
You got me messed up, man. Like, I'm gonna be in mine, like for damn sure. Like, I'm gonna be in mine. They're not about to be out here in this crazy ass world just lost, not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up, man. Like, no. I'm on it all day, every day. So I don't know, Kills. It's the parents' fault. Again, I agree with
parents. It could be like that filter. Go ahead.
It starts in the household. It
Right.
does start in the household.
Yep.
But like you said, you could teach a kid every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? You could every fucking thing possible that there is for a child to know it the right way, whatever. You can teach them that, but sometimes it's just kids just having their head, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be defiant as fuck. I'm not listening. For whatever reason they choose not to, like you do have kids like that, regardless of how good and how well you ran your household. You just
you got some that they influenced by the outside life, outside the home more than they are at home. Sometimes they don't learn till they get older. Sometimes they learn the hard way, unfortunately.
You can do everything that sometimes kids don't want the right way. That's true too.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I mean. Sometimes some just gonna do what they want to do. They gonna go out. It's what they see their friends
or
doing.
keep your hand in that fire. Eventually, you go get your ass burned.
Right. That happens often. You got some. So we just gonna allow a kid to run you. I wasn't raised like that. My mom was on the food stamps growing up. Everybody ain't like that. Hey, put it like this, kids.
Run you. I wasn't raised like that. My mom was on food stamps growing up. And my mother never gave up on us.
If everybody was like that, we wouldn't have departments like children.
Who said we just letting kids run over us? 2, my mom was raised on food stamps growing up, and my mother never gave up.
Again,
I'm lost with this whole statement of what we just said.
Yeah, but
and my
again,
sister was very defiant. I don't know what you mean by. I don't know. I didn't say anything about giving up on our kids or whatever. I said like you could do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Like from the time your child was born, to show them the right way, to teach them what's right, what's wrong. But some kids just decide to do otherwise, regardless.
Right.
I mean, regardless, whatever you're doing in the household, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't about letting no kids run us. If that's what you're implying, or I'm just saying, like certain kids, niggas just fucking bad as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, man, regardless of
serious behavioral issues
that you are doing. Huh?
I said some got serious behavioral issues, or like you said, some just bad as fuck. They gonna do what they want to do. Some feel like they grown before they actually grown, until it's time to be grown.
I mean, we all have growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, thought we was grown and had to learn things the hard way. But nah, not me.
We grew up in we grew up in a different era. Well, again, we respected our parents for the most part. I didn't have any friends that disrespected their parents. And I remember shit, my parents ain't play that either.
Oh shit. When we was growing up, everybody on your street, your block, nigga, was your parent. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Had the authority to get, so it had everybody in order. You know what I'm saying? That it ain't like that no more. It ain't like that no more. And it's sad. If your kids have behavioral problems, it's our responsibility to get them help. That's true. You're right. Behavioral problems, and I'm gonna start off. My help starting off gonna be whooping that ass.
Right. If that don't work,
No.
we go a different way.
No.
If you, no,
for real, like no, I agree with that.
You're right. That's the way it's supposed to start. Discipline.
Yeah, but discipline ain't the same discipline nowadays like it was back in the days.
Nowadays, you catching charges for discipline.
You catching charges. Like it's ain't no we about to put you in no timeout corner. We don't do those things. No, you about to feel this one way or another. It ain't gotta be no ad like you could have them doing push-ups.
Man, I remember. I remember the last time I was like in second grade, third grade. My mother was trying to whip me, and I was laughing at her because it didn't hurt. So I thought, hey, I'm good. I see, stepfather came around the corner. I turned around. Next thing I know, I had the wind was knocked out of me. I was sitting on the bed trying to catch my breath. It was the last time I laughed at my mother when she was trying to whoop me. I knew from there on out.
Yeah. He said that ain't hurt. No, I'm laughing because JD, man. Shout out to JD. I swear that sounded like JD when he was little, man. Like we would stand on 79th, and he was doing something, and he ended up getting his ass whooped. That ain't hurt. That ain't hurt. All of them ain't hurting. They got that third round. The motherfuckers start hurting. They start stinging, hitting in that same spot.
Man.
So you can't do that no more, man. It's
nope.
You can't lift up a hand, man. You can't yell. You can't yell at these badass kids, man. But hey, world have changed, man. But again, we got to protect these young kids, man. We got to protect them, keep them on the right path to doing right. Not your kids are what they see in the household. If you are doing bad, then they're going to follow.
Not always.
So we as parents are what the kids see us first.
You can be doing everything right. You can run a respectful household, and the kids can still be influenced more
outside the house. Yeah,
and be disrespectful. No matter how well you treat them, how well you clothe them, how well you feed them, everything you provide for them. Some just still are influenced and affected more by the environment outside the home, and that's one of those situations that you really can't control. You can't lock them in a house, because they got to go to school. They'll find a way. If they want to do something, they'll find a way to do it.
I agree.
Some ship their kids off to different like boarding schools or military schools. You can only do but so much as a parent, because at the end of the day, you still gotta maintain. You might have other kids in the house that's not defined or disrespectful. You still got to be able to care and everything for them as well. So you can't just stop altogether what you're doing, because you still got to be a provider for the other ones. you can only do so much to protect one that's doing all that stuff. I'm not saying you don't give up on them, but you can only do so much.
I just saying some, and know some people who grew up and their parents was doing what they was doing. The kid ain't turned out like that.
Yeah.
They didn't want that to be part of their life. So no, I don't agree with that, Kels, man. I don't know. I gotta talk to Kels sometimes, man. You know, Kels really speak how he feel regardless of how it sound, man. He but hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Quick update on the Cavs game, man. Great conversation, Peacock, man. Kels, appreciate you too. Get that connection right, man. Quick update on the Cavs game. Damn.
This ain't about to be good.
Well, it was 51-39. Now it's 51-41. Knicks up by 10.
Oh, okay.
No Jalen Brunson. Mitchell Robinson is out this game. Right now, it's OG Anunoby is killing us. He got 14 right now. Josh Hart with 12. Evan Mobley with 4. Garland with 7. Mitchell with 9. Juice with 3. Evan Mobley better get it together, man. He been lightweight. So damn if we do, then damn if we don't.
Sometimes that can be the case, unfortunately. But you still got to be the best that you can be. As a parent, as a provider, you still got to do your best. So it's not damn if you don't. You still got to do your part. As much as it hurt that if you experiencing that, or you got one that's not following the rules or being defiant, but that don't mean you stop doing what you're doing. Especially if you got other kids in the household.
You gotta keep doing. You gotta keep doing. Again, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it, man. You can't make them drink it. But it's all good. Great show, my brother. Great conversation, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in on YouTube. Continue to keep hitting that subscribe button, man. Continue to keep supporting. Continue to keep rocking with us. It all comes down to choices. That is very true, too. Choices we make, they can help us, they can hurt us. Continue to keep supporting. Also, don't forget to keep checking out the Diva Spivey Media Network for the Antoine Spivey Show. We got lots more coming on that network, so continue to keep supporting that as well. You can also follow me on Facebook at the Antoine Spivey Show, or my personal page at Antoine Spivey, or YouTube at the Antoine Spivey Podcast Show for more content as well. Check my man Peacock out on his IG page at Courageous
85.
Courageous 85 on IG. Yeah, peace out. Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man, and y'all know what it is on next show. Pick one, sip one Friday. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know how we get down, so make sure y'all tune in for that. We got some more hot, funny pick one and sip one choices for that as well. We're going to continue to bring y'all that fire, man. And Cleveland, let's get this shit together, man. This is a must-win for us. We trying to keep Boston at bay. We trying to keep that number 1 seed. We are now down by 15. God damn. 58-43. And to give y'all an update on the Celtics, they are tied with Miami right now at 17, man. Catch y'all Friday. Y'all stay safe, man. For myself, for Peacock, for the invisible Kills who wasn't here, man. Y'all stay safe. We're going to catch y'all Friday for Pick One, Sip One. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep supporting the Diva Spivey Media Network. And keep following us on all social media platforms. Y'all stay safe. Deuces.
Ballin' like the Cavs.